rolling on the 11th day of August here at UCLA, where it's a beautiful sunny day. The motion picture people are here filming. What could be more exciting?
My speech.
Your speech. Okay, Ziggy, well, great. I'm glad to hear you're so confident. Okay, she's looking around the room, communicating respect non-verbally. All computers should be shut. Telephones away. You should be looking up, not writing. Communicating respect non-verbally. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name. Feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi everyone, my name is Ziggy.
Hi, Ziggy.
Today I'm here to share with you the results from our respect experiment. So, what is respect? My dictionary gave me two meanings. The first is admiration to other people or concept, or simply as social courtesies. And when I heard about this experiment, I instantly felt like this could be a very interesting experiment. So there are so many interesting people out there, and they can give me the kind of responses that I would never expect. So here are the three stories I want to share with you as results to my experiment. I have the good story, the bad story, and the ugly story. So first is a good story. I was at Santa Monica College to transfer a few of my credits. So I got there early in the morning, and the office was open, and I was the first one. So I said, oh great, I got lucky. I can get this done really fast. So I went to the door and knocked on the door, and I saw a lady sitting in her office chair talking to one of her colleagues. So, and she saw me as well, and she said, could you please wait outside for a few minutes? I'm not ready to help you right now. And I was like, okay, I can wait. So I stepped back and wait outside. And I listened to their conversation, kept going for 20 minutes. 20 minutes might not sound like a long time to you right now, but trust me, if you were there, you would have gone nuts like I did. I did what I believe other normal people would have done. I went to her office. I went to the door, knocked on the door again, and interrupted her conversation. But I remembered I was trying really hard to look into her eyes, smile, and said, I respect you in my mind. And I didn't see anything verbally after that. And that's when things turned to a good story. And she actually stopped her conversation and started to help with me. And that process went very fast and smoothly. And during that process, she actually started to chat with me. She said she took a day off yesterday, so she got tons of emails in her email box right now waiting for her to reply. And also, she's the only person working in the office right now, so she's doing the work that normally takes 3 more people to do, so she felt like she's being overwhelmed. So after I learned about her reasons, the anger in my heart just disappeared all of a sudden. So by the end, both of us were really happy. We wished each other a good day and good luck. So that's a good story. And here's the bad story. This happened while I was waiting in line, so I decided to talk the girl behind me because we waited for 20 minutes, so people start to line up. And so I'll look at the girl, smile, and show my respect. But the moment our eye contact met, she looked down at her transcript like immediately. So that's when things turned a little awkward. So I was like, okay, maybe you're not in the moment to talk. So I turned around and pretend nothing happened, and we never talked. And then the first story happened. So that's the bad story. But if that's not bad enough, here I have a worse story for you. So I'm a volunteer at Ronald Reagan Hospital, and as volunteers, we do simple work such as patient escort. So last time I was assigned to a patient who is recovering from a hip surgery. So when I went to her bed, of course I showed my respect. I looked at her and smiled, and then I introduced myself. She was just laying there, looked really bored. So I asked her whether she wants to rest or she wants to do something else. Like, should I turn on the news for her, or should I give her something to eat or drink? And all of a sudden, she started to yell at me really loud, and she used a lot of bad words. My name was not in the sentences, but I was the only person in the room with her at that moment, and she was looking at me. So I was really scared by her reactions. I don't know what was going on, so I feel like maybe the situation is beyond my control. Maybe she had some other issues besides the surgery. So that's when I decided to press the safety button and call for more nurses for help. And then a few seconds later, a few nurses came, and one of them was actually my coordinator, Michelle. And I believe they heard the noise as well in the hallway. So after they calmed down the situation, Michelle and me had this really interesting conversation in the hallway. She told me that this patient she's recovering from a bone fracture, and that can cause a lot of pain. And also she's an elderly, so she's taking the medications that not only is treating her surgery, but she's also taking other medications for her chronic diseases. So that could potentially cause a lot of side effects. So that could be a reason why she was behaving off. She might be even doing that without mentally aware what she was doing. It was just her anger was a way for her to let go of her emotions. So that's the moment I realized maybe sometimes when we're giving people respect, it's not only, and you're not getting good responses back as you were expecting, it's not because don't just simply say they're bad people, they're rude people. Just take a few more minutes to think about why they're behaving the way they behave. Try to learn their reasons and try to see things from their perspectives. And you'll learn so much more than what you were thinking. And when you're doing that, that's the moment when you start to truly show your respect. And it can open a window to a whole different view. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for waiting respectfully at the door as you arrive a little late. Okay, that was 6 minutes and 28 seconds. So you need to work on your word economy.
It's really hard. Like I tried to talk fast, but that's not good because I want to speak clearly.
No, what you have to do is edit. You have to learn to say your stories more succinctly, not just speed it up, because that's not going to help your effectiveness. Well, I liked that you did it, and I liked your 3 stories. You had a good preview. On your first story, the woman saying wait outside for 20 minutes was pretty odd, but you handled it well, and you did get respect, and that was good. The bad story was the person wasn't having any of your respect, but that's when you repeat the mantra and just say to yourself, well, I respect you, even if she didn't want to have it back from you. And I'm glad that the nurse took you aside and explained that the lady with the hip fracture was on a lot of medication for a lot of different things, and she was just angry at the world, and her medication was probably causing her to do it, but it wasn't you. And that's when you repeat the mantra the most, is when you're in those very stressful situations, yeah. What I lost is the narrative thread that came from this, so I would like more to say. So let me first tell you about the good and stress that with your voice. Now that I've told you the good, let me tell you the bad and then tell your bad story. Now that you've heard the good and the bad, let me give you the ugly and then tell the ugly story and then a little summary. So I've told you the good, the bad, the ugly. What did I learn? And say some things about what you learned and then conclude. But overall, you did a nice job. You got it done. Thank you. Any more volunteers?
Yes.
Great. Come on down. Let me adjust the camera along. There we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Yoli I'm very glad to stand here to share my experience of showing respect to others. Respect is the instinct that comes from the bottom of one's heart, and from this perspective, I believe I have improved a lot. Because I have always been told to respect others, but showing respect is another thing. And to be honest, when I first heard about the assignment, I thought it can be a little bit suffering to do this all the time, and I thought it was too difficult for me to accomplish it because I'm an introvert and I was not used to show my feelings to strangers at all. The only way I come up with to make it easier to accomplish the assignment is to smile to others. And unexpectedly, I found my experience has changed my mind, and I found showing respect to others was not suffering at all. And now I'm going to tell you 3 stories which are good, bad, and ugly. The first story, it begins with the first person I met after the first class. She was Caroline, and yes, she has just impressed me during that class because she can communicate with professors so fluently like a native speaker. But at the same time, she possesses a face of Asian. And I summoned my courage and I delivered a smile to her. She smiled to me in response. And just at the time, I thought, oh, I did it. She walked to me and she asked my name. And we had a simple and comfortable conversation, and we began to know each other. And I found her that she was a really good person. And after the experience with Caroline, I thought the assignment was not a big deal. And I began to smile to any strangers I meet again with no fear. And here comes the bad stories. There are some person who put on a smirk in response to my respects, or they just ignored me. I feel really disappointed at first, but after thinking that the roses and the flavors are both on my hand, so I regained my cheerful mood and continued to smile to everyone. The third story was my imagination, because I didn't have an ugly experience since I came here. So, but it's not difficult for me to imagine that if I smile at someone which make them feel like I am laughing at them, I will probably have an ugly experience. To summary, from the first story, I learned that by changing the way I treat other people, by showing the respect to them initiatively, I can help me warm the relationship between me and others. And the most important thing is that I found I was more cheerful than before. And from the second story, I learned that we should showing respect to others, no matter whether others will show respect to you in response. Because as long as you show your kindness, you open your heart and you did the right thing. And from the third stories, I learned that we should showing respect to others in an appropriate way. And in the end, I'm very delighted to find that I have now made it a habit to show respect to others. And I hope I can keep this habit and enjoy it all the time. Thank you.
Thank you. That was 321. What did you like? Stand up, say your name.
So this is my first time here. I just like to experience the class. I think that
Welcome.
both of them do a good job. I am very impressive.
She did a good job. You were impressed. Okay,
Yes.
Thank you. Have a seat.
And sorry for interruption at the beginning. I didn't know like the class going on.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you wait at the door if someone's speaking, and then come in when there's applause. Okay. Yeah, thank you. How can she improve? She was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yiling, let me talk to you about your speech. Your intro was good. You have a habit, as many in the class do, of wanting to define the concept and get a clear idea of what it is, right? And you indicated that you were always taught to respect others, and you thought this was going to cause you to suffer, and that you came up with a way to manifest your respect by smiling. Now, that's fine, but remember, the other way is to say the mantra inside yourself. You understand? I respect you, a lot, all the time. You understand that?
Yes.
Yeah, and that helps too, see, because that gives off a respectful vibration to people. They pick it up. You know, you say, I'm getting a good vibration from somebody. You heard that expression?
Yes.
It's a Beach Boys song. You'll hear it someday. So you chose a smile, and that's fine, but it should be coupled with the mantra too. Okay, so you're giving off this good vibration. You had a good preview, the good, the bad, the ugly. We want that. And then you complimented Caroline for her beautiful English, and in the face of an Asian, imagine that, the way you put it. I thought that was cute. Imagine an Asian that speaks English. Okay, great. And you had a good smile, and you liked that with Caroline, and so that was a positive experience for you.
It has encouraged me.
Yes, and the bad was the smirk and people not understanding your smile, and that either that or you'll be ignored will be the other typical response that you'll get when you're trying to do this, see? And I appreciate you trying to imagine an ugly story because you didn't have one, so that was good. Like to see you move purposefully 3 times to 3 different spots in the room, and with your voice, highlight more of the narrative, the good, the bad, the ugly. Your summary was excellent, and the only thing I want to say is just remember to repeat your mantra when you're practicing this, not just smile, but say silently to yourself all the time, I respect you to all the people you meet, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for being in time. Good, that's succinct, yeah. Okay, any more volunteers? Hey, cheer for the volunteer, yeah.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Baoling.
Hi, Baoling. Is that a computer?
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you. So you're looking around the room, making sure everyone's paying attention, communicating respect non-verbally, making sure everyone's looking at you. Feet wider than your shoulders. You're in the power stance. Okay, you look over at her. She's writing, so you go, clear your voice for her. She's still here, tap her. No writing when someone's speaking. Yeah, you look up. Courtesy, see? Yeah. And then you find friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love, start your speech.
When you first meet anyone, the way you present yourself is your first impression on them. Do you smile? Do you nod? Do you look them into the eye? So if you have done any of the above that I just said, you've respected the person. But why would you want to do that? Today, I have 3 types of respect stories to share with you in 3 different settings. So in daily life, I think of respect as a common courtesy. So I remember I was standing in line for checkout the other day in a clothing store. The line was so long, but there was only one store associate helping. She looked really tired, but she never forgets that exhausted smile at the end when she waved goodbye. So after half-hour wait time, it was finally my turn, and I was really excited to get out, so I just approached her and said, hey, how's it going? and then she just gave me like a really genuine smile, and at that moment I felt like I was really the first customer that asked her that question. in that busy day. I felt like I made her feel appreciated of what she's doing.
Good.
So
good.
it's effortless to show your respect to another person, and it not only makes you happy, but also the others happy. So in a work setting, I think of respect as a type of professional mannerism. So I work in the retail sector, and there's a golden saying that customers are always right. So when I first started working, there was a customer yelling and shouting at me. I don't even know what was going on. I was in shock, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. I didn't know how to handle the situation. I was blaming myself. I was just crying. So I guess there will be people in your life that you'll meet who don't really accept your respect or who don't accept your apology because they just didn't know what you were trying to do. In your eyes, you were just their means to get rid of their frustration. And I did see that. And I tried to learn it from their perspective. I tried to see it from their perspective. So ever since then, I always keep a smile. I always apologize or propose alternative solutions to customers who are giving me a hard time or who are demanding. So 70% of the time they work, but the other 30%, I think your effort of showing respect to them is not only showing your professionalism, but also who you are as an individual. So in personal life, I think of respect as a way to discover the real, the true, and the happy you. So if you have ever been into a relationship and then you had a breakup or lost someone that you truly love and care about, you would know that it's a very horrible feeling to have, right? So I did feel that way, and it took me a long time to move on, to get over something. And during that hard time, my roommate said to me that I should be respecting myself to give up anything or to walk away from anything that makes me unhappy. And I thought she was right. Because if I don't respect myself, nobody else will. Somebody can tell you to be happy, but you can't really feel happy if you don't feel happy, right? So to me, respects are three things: common courtesy, professionalism, and the path to discover who you are. When you treat others with respect, you will be treated with respect, but there will be people who don't respect you. That's okay. It's a reflection of their characters and not yours. And the most important part is to respect yourself. Make yourself happy. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Keep that smile, keep that nodding, and keep that eye contact. Thank you.
Thank you. That was 3:48. Let's start. We always start in the front. Let's try the back. Let's go to the back today. Okay, back here.
Hello everyone, my name's Myra.
Hi, Myra.
So some things that I liked were your three different stories, but I think that you could have let us know when you were going to state that. So you didn't say that you were going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it was a little confusing trying to pick out what parts of your speech were what.
Right, the narrative was confusing. She had a different pattern of organization that she chose to use. It was confusing. Yes, please. How can she improve?
Hi, my name's Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
I really liked your voice, but I think it was the same thing. The narrative, it was just kind of unclear as to which story you were saying, and yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Well, let's talk about this because I worry a little. Is it Bowling? Is that how you say your name? Bowling? Yeah. Bowling, I worry a little that you didn't quite understand the exercise from what you did. So on the first one, it was clear you were doing the exercise because you were thinking the mantra and repeating it. And when you do that, these kinds of things of being kind to people, especially service people, come out, like people at McDonald's and Starbucks, etc., who have horrible jobs. People treat them very poorly. You broke through on a human level, and that was great. So I felt you were doing the exercise there, and so that would have been the good. And so you needed to, instead of talking about it as the community or the clothing store, you needed to call that the good, okay? Next, you said in the work setting, instead of calling it more of the bad, right? So we knew that this was a bad. Someone was yelling at you, but this was way in the past before you were doing this exercise. So it wasn't really relevant to this exercise, but now in the future when it happens, you can repeat the mantra and be more respectful and have a better result, right? On the third one, I didn't know what you were doing at all. Your personal life, you broke up with somebody and you were having a hard time getting over him or her, and you got some good advice from a roommate about learning to respect yourself, and I think that's great advice. When you're saying I respect you, you should say it to yourself as well. I think that's a great point. I just worried that you weren't walking around enough saying I respect you everywhere to people and doing the exercise. I'd like to see you walk 3 times, move 3 times when you speak. And in the final part of the speech, you want to come up and say, so what did I learn? Well, I learned, in business, I learned at home, I learned in personal relationships, and do a little summing up. So other than that, you did a nice job, you have a nice voice, and you were within time. Thank you. Any more volunteers? Great, thank you. She needs the green Mimi.
Is she okay?
No, step back, please. There we go. Yeah. Good. It's Tracy, right?
Yeah, you remember me.
Great. Tracy stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect, looking all around the room to make sure everyone's looking up. She's reading. Okay. If you find someone is not paying attention, you just go clear your voice. You don't do anything to alienate your audience. Say your name, feel the love, start your speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
I have to be honest that I never consider a smile or a greeting as an act of respect before our first class. When Professor Miller talked about how you should treat the man who serves you at a restaurant, or how you should greet everyone that you encounter on the street who greets you, I suddenly realized that my habit of avoiding eye contact and conversations with others might be an act of disrespect to others. So I practiced in my dorm for a couple of times to make a proper smile and to be ready to show my respect to others at any time. Here are 3 stories that I want to share with you after that. I live in River Hall, so the 3 stories, they happen to be all happened in River Hall. The first, the first story I'm gonna share with you is the good one. So this day, my friend Shelly, she happened to got sick, and she asked me if I could get her a mask to put on. So I went to the River Hall front desk and asked, rather nervously with my proper smile, and said, if you could kindly tell me where I could buy a mask. And he wasn't really looking at me because he was busy typing something on his computer. And when he did look up and saw my proper smile, he spontaneously looked back, and his eyes got brighter. And he said, okay, can I know that how, sorry. Okay, so can I know that what would you want it for? And I tell him about Shelly, and he said, let me check for you if the nearest is still open. Do you need a map? That was really considered for him because I wasn't really asking for a map. And it really impressed me that his expression on his face, it tells me that he really meant to help, not just doing his work. And it also, the thing that most impressed me was how a simple smile can change everything. So I got kind of obsessed with smiling to everyone that I encountered on the street. So here finally comes the bad one. The next day when I was entering the hall of River Hall, I was holding the door for the next girl behind me, and had this big smile on my face and said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And guess what? She just looked me up and down, and she just walked in and walked away. It really made me a little bit awkward and a little bit disappointed, because I thought at least she would murmur a thank you to me. But it really didn't bother me for long, because you can't expect to receive all of the good response from everyone. So if the third story, excuse me, sorry. So ignorance can be bad, but sometimes responding can be worse, because I have an ugly story that personally I feel it ugly, because sorry, I'm so nervous.
You're done fine. You're
Can you
you're carrying a gallon of water.
Yeah, I was carrying a gallon of water. This day I was carrying a gallon of water and struggling to swipe my card on the side of the door to open the door. And I tried both sides, and it just didn't work. Fortunately, there's a girl behind me. She swiped her card and let me in. So I walked to the front door, and I asked about the card, and there was one of the staff. He asked me to follow him to the front door. He just did what I did, just swiped it. And for some, I don't know why reason, it just opened. And he looked right at me as if I was an idiot. And I was like, okay, I don't know why, but it just cracked open, and thank you. And sorry for wasting your time, because at that moment I was really, really exhausted. But I remember that Professor Miller told us to respect others even if you are tired or something. So I had this big smile on my face and say sorry. And he just said, okay. And when I turned around and I walked towards the elevator, I heard a burst of laughter among he and his colleagues. And I thought it might not be a mocking at me, but if it was, it was really irritating. And so what I learned is that disrespecting for others is really awful, and my habitual avoiding eye contact or conversations with others might be habitual apathy. So because of that, I missed out a lot of beauty, and I missed out how kind it is to just contact to the rest of the world with a simple smile. When you respect others, you are being modest and at the same time confident, because you value the minutes others spent on you, and you value the kindness they have in their heart when they smile at you. Sorry, okay.
And that makes you better.
And that makes you better and stronger. Thank you so much.
Okay. Stay up there for your feedback. That was 5:53, almost 6 minutes. Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Good fluency and good interpretation. You are really good at telling details and observing people. I like your speech.
Thank you, Daniel. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Yulian.
Hi, Yulian.
I think if you could be less nervous, it will be better.
Less nervous, it would be better. Great. Thank you, Yulian. Tracy, first off, moving 3 times purposefully on each of your points instead of sort of the zigzag you did. You'll see tonight on YouTube, you kind of went like that, kind of as an afterthought. And the movement will help relax you, actually, believe it or not, because it kind of relaxes you. And you can't hold tension in your muscles when you're walking and moving, see? Well, let's talk about your speech. Your first one, and by the way, when you present an outline to me, do it in an outline form. You have it in one long paragraph instead of by paragraphs. So make outlines like Roman numerals, and make spaces so it's easier to understand and read. And like the first one would be a paragraph, and the bad is a paragraph, and the ugly is a paragraph. See, it's much easier to follow. Yes, the man that got you the mask, that was good, and that was a good, respectful thing. I guess the girl that you opened the door for, and she just looked you up and down like you were the door woman, has no manners, but that's to be expected or to be ignored. Being mocked or being laughed at is hurtful to us, but you were sincere and your heart was pure, so this is their bad hearts and cold hearts that were doing that, so you can't be concerned about that, right? You just keep doing your mantra. And you had a good, your narrative was well put out there. Like, we knew when you got to the, so what did I learn? We knew you were there. You emphasized it well with your voice. The one problem you're going to have to work on is your word economy, so you tell your stories more succinctly, because you went almost 6 minutes, about double the time we were looking at to tell these stories. So work on, getting it boiled down to the essence, a simple ideas your sticky text would talk about, okay? Thank you. Any more volunteers?
Yes.
Great. She stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally, feet wider than your shoulders, like a tripod, wider, 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 wider. Yeah, like you're a tripod. See, you can't sway. Tripod. You know what a tripod is on a camera? See, tripod? See how strong it is? It doesn't sway. Yeah. Okay, communicating respect non-verbally, finding friendly eyes in the front and the center, say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hello guys, my name is Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Our homework is to make an experiment about showing our respect non-verbally, and this is I met a lot of people and I try to find the answer, and here are 3 stories I want to tell you. So the first one is the good one, yeah, because I'm new here, so I'm not familiar with this school. And it seems like the Google Map always confused me. I can't find the destination. I just circle around and I can't find. So, and then finally I saw a girl sitting on the grass, listening to the music and reading the book silently. Although I'm a little sorry, but I stepped to her and asked her for help. When I was talking to her, she put off her earphones, and which made me feel respected, because she wanted to pay all her attention on me, and she didn't want the music to draw her attention. And while she talking to me, she smiled at me, and her eyes contact with mine. And after knowing my questions, she thought for a while and showed me the way. Although she said that she was not so sure, but I was appreciated her kindness, especially her action that she put off her earphones. Made me feel very good. Yeah, so this is the good one, and then it's the bad one. It happened on the QQ social software, just like Yahoo, to help people chat online. And I called my friend, sent a message,
but she didn't reply to me immediately. But I think it's okay because everyone has his own things to do. But for a while, I saw that she published a post and make comments on other friends' photos or just like, oh, it's so beautiful, or something like that. It seems like that she did everything except replying to me. It made me angry and a little embarrassed. I think that maybe she just forgot to reply to me, or she didn't know how to reply to me. But maybe she should send a message to me that she had got it. Yeah. So the last one is the ugly one, but because these days I tried, and I hope someone could shout at me, argue with me, but because I was leaving school, everyone thinks it's friendly, and I can't find it. So I can only tell you one of my former experience. Yeah, it is on the bus. I was sitting on the bus and I was too tired to sleep, and can't help myself to sleep. Yeah, and this is time that all the people got off work and went home. When I woke up, so the bus was a little crowded, and when I woke up, I saw an old lady staring at me. Yeah, but I don't know why, and I looked back to her with doubt. But she still didn't say anything. She just looked me up and down, and shook her head and frowned. Yeah, I don't know. I just look around. I said, oh, the bus is a little crowded. Maybe she wants me to offer my seat to her. But because I have to got up on the final station, so and I really need to I really need rest. And I think that what's more, I think that her action made me feel annoyed. So I just ignored and go back to sleep again. Yeah. So what I learned is that let me see. So what I learned is that when we communicate with others, we should pay all our attention on the talkers and response with a non-verbally or verbally immediately. And in the meantime, we should stand at other people's side to think about things and don't be a self-centered person. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. That was 432. Okay, we're somewhere back here, I think. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
I think you were well spoken. When your ideas came out, they were clear and they weren't muddled or anything. So I think that was good.
Okay, next.
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
I think she's perfect, and the improvement. I never thought about that. Improvement. Oh, maybe she just wandering around as you expected.
Yeah, move some more. Yeah, move 3 times. Okay. Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure exactly, Jane, how you showed respect so much, but I will go through this with you so the assignment is clear and we can communicate with this. I would say on a positive note, you're fluent and clear, and so that's good. You're understandable, and you weren't too far over time, so that was good. So you had a first one, which you asked for help, and you felt that the woman gave you respect because she took her earphones off.
Yeah.
But the assignment was for you to give her respect by saying the mantra, I respect you, to yourself. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the assignment, to you repeat that to yourself. I respect you to everyone you see and meet. You say, I respect you, I respect you. And you give off respectful vibrations, see? So, yes, she was respectful in taking off her headphones, just as he was respectful when he closed his computer so he could give you full attention. Now the second one was again, I didn't see you were online on QQ. Okay, great. Boggles the imagination. And you have put something up and your friend ignored you, right?
Yeah.
And you were hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, again, I don't see how this related to the assignment of you communicating respect. Now, you felt disrespected, right?
Yeah.
Because she didn't comment on your beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
But you weren't practicing the assignment. So let's work on doing the assignment. Finally, the ugly. Yes. I know you said, hey, there was a little old lady staring at me that I should give her my seat because that's the tradition in this country to give an old lady a seat on the bus. But hey, I was tired, so screw her. Let her stand, right? So you didn't give her respect. If you were saying, I respect you, you would have stood up and let her have the seat even if you were tired, right? True? Yeah. So I didn't see how you were practicing respect on the bus. You were practicing self-centeredness on the bus, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what I'd like to see you do is walk 3 times. Let me see you walk 3 times. So
Yeah.
practice walking now. Let me see you walk. So pretend you're my first. Good. Let's see you walk over there. It says walk and talk now for me.
What? No?
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, you're walking wrong. Okay, come back to the center. You cheat. You step in the direction with your feet. Yeah, with the right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. And then talk to this part of the group.
Hello.
But still glance over there. Now, 5 steps this way. 1. No. 5. And you don't turn your back to them. Keep it cheated forward. 1, 2, the other way.
This way?
The other way, yeah. Feet in front of you. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then talk to them.
Oh, guys.
And then 1, 2, 3, back to center.
I don't know.
Okay, you can practice that with your study buddy,
Okay.
and you'll get better. Overall, you have a very nice and fluent voice. Just work on understanding the assignment and doing the assignment as it's given, and practice speaking the mantra, and practice being respectful to everyone you meet, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, next. No more volunteers? Okay, good. Hi, Ashley. Let me focus this puppy. There we go. Okay.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Okay, so during the last week, I tried my best to be respectful to everyone I met, hoping to find my free apple pie somewhere. And here are some stories I'm going to share with you. I have to say, people in UCLA are being so nice and kind to me. Whenever I speak with "excuse me," people will stop and give me a big welcoming smile and just ask, what can I help? And when I cross the road, the driver would waited me initiative. And when I want to ask for the way, the passer stopped and always talked slowly and patiently and make sure that I understand them correctly. So it's not hard to find a good one, and I'm going to tell one of this. It's last Tuesday when I went back to my dorm with my friend Chasey, and we are chatting with each other, and I saw that girl. She's coming downstairs, and we are upstairs. because we're trading, we walked together shoulder by shoulder, but it was obvious that the stairs was too narrow for us three to pass. So I moved behind my friend. I gave that girl a smile, and I moved back to my friend. Yeah, and make space for her. So it was that beautiful smile she gave back to me that impressed me a lot. Yeah, I remember her face was shining in the sunshine. Yeah, her head was lowered a little, and then the intoxicating smile came up. And I will keep that moment always in my mind.
Great.
Of course, things can't just went out so well. Yeah. The drivers were waiting for you always. So here comes my bad ones. I think things happen to you sometimes. Just we're doing experiments and we are seeking eye contact with people on the road. But some people they just avoid your eyes and try to ignore you. Yeah, actually, I don't think this could be called a bad ones because I rather think they are busy with their own things, or maybe they are so shy, or maybe I'm showing too desperate for their eye contact, I think, and cannot scare them. And finally, my ugly one. I never thought I would happen to this embarrassing situation at first because people are being so nice. But actually, I did meet a guy last Tuesday just after the class when I went to a small restaurant for dinner. It was a small boy, seemed like 10-year-old, I think. Just when I was waiting in line for a cheeseburger, the line is so long, probably because the burger is really delicious. Yeah, and I waited for at least 10 minutes. I was about to get in counter, and it was then the boy suddenly cut in line in front of me, just in front of the line. And because I have almost stretched my arms for my burger, he just rushed in and I almost hit him. Although I felt sad about my burger because he's taken away, and I said to him that I'm sorry. Yeah, and he just turned around and gave me a strange look, he looked me up and down. Yeah, and so you can imagine how depressed I am. As far as I have learned in last 7 days. Yeah, 7 days. I think keeping smiling is a good way, a wonderful way to show respect for. Because when I smile to people, not only for others, I feel good about myself too, and people will respect me also. I would always keep this as a habit because I have the confidence that I think people love me smiling, and I want to smile to them, that show my respect to them. Yeah, and sometimes people don't respond me well. I would rather think they are not good at expressing their respect. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ashley. Okay, we're back here somewhere. Yeah, free country.
Hi, my name is Emily.
Hi, Emily.
So, can I just say, I honestly love the way you speak. It's so, I think everyone's a bit caught off guard by how many positive words you use. And it's very refreshing to see someone speak so positively about every situation. It's very nice to hear. So I really loved your speech in that way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she's a very likable speaker, and it's hard to teach that, but if you have it, you shouldn't lose it. Improvement, or here? Yeah, improvement, yeah.
You're lovely and...
Name?
Oh, I'm Ling.
Ling? Hi, Ling.
You're lovely and humorous, just like the sunshine.
It's
I
shining, yeah.
enjoy going to listen to her speech.
How can she improve? Improve. Get better. Or you could do something differently.
Maybe more eye contact.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Actually, yeah, really excellent speech. I liked the joke about the free apple pie too. That wasn't lost on me. That was good. People do get free apple pies and lots of good stuff, but that's not the reason to do it. It's just the right thing to do. I think that you're right, and I've noticed that too, that people are helpful here on campus. When if you ask somebody if you're lost, they'll usually help you. It's a rare instance that they won't. I said at the beginning of your speech, I noticed you weren't moving, but then you kind of got the vibe, and then you moved a little bit more toward the end of your speech, so that was good. So you want to move on the first, the good, the bad, the ugly, so that you accent the parts of the speech of where you're going, okay? And do it a little more purposefully. I loved your story about giving up the stairwell and the smile that you got back on that. That was well told and very nice. The bad was, yes, you get that. There's nothing to do about that, but that and being ignored will happen. So, on the ugly, did this little boy have a parent that was with him, or was he just running around wild in the dormitory?
I think that a team. Yeah,
Oh, he's on the cheer team or something. Yes, yeah. I've heard that the cheer girls take cuts too. That's another complaint that I heard, that they walk up to the front of the line, which is very rude. But I'm sorry that the parents didn't teach them manners. But it's not your job to teach him manners and to slap his hand and say, "Give me that cheeseburger back,"
But I think he was so cute. Like,
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Yeah. On your, I want to just say that the smiling is good, but make sure that you're also repeating the mantra, "I respect you," and don't over smile or make excessive eye contact to the point that people will think you're stalking them or weird or something. Just a glance, a good vibe, and then move on. And it works perfectly that way then. But you did an excellent job. Thank you. Okay, any more volunteers? Hey. Okay, let me get you in focus. Take a step forward, please. You're kind of toward the wall. Yeah, good. Okay. Lynn stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally, finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name. Make her look up. Good. Say your name. Feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi.
Hi, Lynn.
Last Tuesday, I got a student assignment, an experiment to communicate respect non-verbally to everyone I met. When I first heard this assignment, I was actually thinking, what's that? But now I love this experiment because I learned a great many things. I divide my experiment into three parts: the good, the bad, and the ugly. First, the good. In most circumstances, things go similarly. I smiled and people smiled back. The experiment showed its value further when I went to Ralph to buy some milk. I walked around and around just to find the milk kept refrigerated. So I approached a middle-aged lady, asked, "Excuse me, do you know where can I find milk kept in normal temperature?" She seemed surprised. "You mean milk kept in room temperature?" I replied, "Yes," and I chuckled to myself. Then I saw her face change and her voice rose. She said, "It's illegal to sell milk kept in room temperature for any good reason." Her expression convinced me that I was a monster. Then I realized we met cultural barrier. I tried to explain, but I was so nervous that I didn't know what to say. So I looked in her eyes and smiled. Soon she's aware of what's going on. Then she smiled back, showing her understanding.
In this experience, I respect you sublimates into I respect your habit, your culture. The bad and the ugly happened on the same person. I've just taken a shower, went back to my room. Suddenly, I saw a handsome boy in front of me. He's very, very, very handsome. And I can see his chest muscle clearly. I reminded my experiment, so I looked at him and smiled as charming as I can, but he just ignored me. That's bad. However, I didn't give up, so I kept on smiling. Finally, he gave me an ugly side glance, and my heart was broken. I cried overnight. So what I learned, I've thought a lot about respect. It has great power, as you can see in my finding milk journey. And also, I should figure out the border. Since too much respect may equal to disrespect, that makes others uncomfortable. And maybe don't look forward to everybody gives you positive response, because maybe they're just that kind of people, or maybe they're actually friendly, but they don't feel good today, so they can respond, which you should understand. And in the end, show respect, convey kindness, share happiness. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Chloe.
Hi, I'm Emma.
Hi, Emma.
I like your speech very much. Fluent delivery, and I think your preview was very clear. And you try to walk several times and make eye contact with every audience, and perfect.
Good. Thank you, Emma. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
I love your speech, to be honest. But improvement, I think maybe her speech is shorter than others, but I think I want to hear more.
Okay, more detail. Okay. Maybe a good and a bad, maybe an extra story. Okay, Lynn, you found this assignment to be strange. What was that? But you found overall that it turned out to be okay, and you gave us a good preview, the good, the bad, the ugly, so you set it up nicely, so we knew a narrative was coming. And you told us the good, and you told us an amusing story of trying to get milk at room temperature at Ralph's, and this woman, wrongly by the way, telling you we do have canned milk at Ralph's that is kept at room temperature. You just have to ask for it. It's in the baking section. But she was being a little condescending to you, but it was a cute story, and as long as you were listening and repeating the mantra, I respect you, as you were listening, and the differences in culture, that was fine and good. So that was fine. The ugly and the bad, I don't know how to respond to this, but were you repeating the mantra as well as smiling, or just smiling your head off? Mostly smiling?
Just smiling.
Yeah. Maybe the pull back on the smile and more of the respect will get you further in the in this game that you're playing. And I'm sorry you cried overnight. I think you were being sarcastic, but but the guy's probably not worth it if he couldn't see your beauty. So that's his problem. That's his problem. He's locked up into himself, right? Okay. So and then you say, so what did I learn? Do that a little bit more with your voice. So what did I learn? And you talked about too much can backfire, and that's what I was trying to get at with you. Too much smiling can backfire. So you want to say, just repeat the mantra and give a glance to people. I respect you, and give off the respectful vibrations, and you'll be fine. Otherwise, good job. Maybe one more story would have evened it out. Thank you. Okay, next. No more volunteers? Okay, good. Let me call on people. Tracy, have you done it?
Yeah.
Okay. How about Lang Yu Liang?
Yes.
You did it. Has everyone done it?
Oh.
Oh. Well, save me some time. How about Maria? Maria C. Flores has gone. Okay. Pai Ying? No Pai Ying. Okay, good. You've been fingered. You've been noticed. You've been called on. You are ready to go, right? Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
To talk about respect, I think nowadays everyone is busy in their work or studying and maybe ignore to communicate with the others and to think about others' feelings. So during these 2 days for to show respect to others non-verbally, I started to think about others' feeling more and have some experiment. So now I'm telling you stories. To be honest, most of my experience are good ones because the people are all so nice. And the other day I walked out of the library and saw several Chinese students taking photos before the library, just like they have just arrived here. And so I smiled to them and said to them, I respect you, I hope you can have a good trip here. And they noticed me and smiled back at me as if they have understand what I intended to say. So I feel good for that and decided to keep doing this. Walking to home, I met some security guards on campus who are going on patrol seriously. And I stopped by the walk and said to them, I respect you, thank you for your work to protect the safety of the campus and keep the school well ordered. And I am convinced that they must have been receiving this form of respect all day from the students and teachers. And however, things not always going well, and it is a pity that I didn't manage to keep all the day respecting others. And on my way back home, along off the campus, and I was walking alone, and some people were getting forward, but maybe that time I can't help to not to have eye contact with them, and I just walking fast and put my head down and murmuring to myself that, oh, sorry, I didn't want to ignore you on purpose. I respect you, but I just have to go home as soon as possible. And I feel bad for this. Instead of be ignored by others, I feel bad for I ignored others. And I think maybe that is because of self-protection. And what I have learned from this experience is that respect is concern, is gratitude, and is empathy. And when we can can show our respect to others consciously, and people will be likely to show respect to others in return. And it is just like what I have saw back of Brain Bass, which said respect is a two-way street. So I learned that we can keep respect to others and make the respect spread among people.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. 440. Okay, well, I guess here, huh?
My name's Keanu.
Hi, Keanu.
I really like your tone of voice, like you were calm, and I think that it was very structured.
Okay, improvement.
Hi, I'm Armand.
Hi, Armand.
I think something you could improve on is maybe projecting your voice more. It's kind of hard to hear.
Okay, louder. Kelly. Yes, I'd like to see you almost yell next time. Do you ever yell at your brother or sister or something like that? No? Well, if you practice, there's a famous story in Greek literature of an orator going to the ocean and yelling at the waves, trying to out-yell the crashing waves to have a voice so loud that it was louder than the waves. So you need to work on having a voice that's louder than the waves, okay? Your intro was okay. It should be a poem, a quote, a story that introduces what you're going to talk about, and a little bit more specific. I'm going to say the good, the bad, the ugly with your voice, see? So we know you set up kind of a contract with your audience and sets up the narrative for the presentation. You did say that most of your experiences were good ones. I'm happy about that. One thing that concerned me was when you saw some Chinese students taking pictures before the library, you said to them, "I respect you." Did you say it aloud or silently?
Silently.
What?
I called the set.
You said it silently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because the assignment is to say it silently, to not aloud. Okay, so I was just worried you were walking around saying that aloud. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, and so that was fine, and so they got the vibration from you that you were being kind and respectful toward them and deferential, and that's nice. On the campus security guard, the same sort of thing, giving them respect, thanking them non-verbally for their service and keeping the campus safe. That's good. Your third one, being ignored, that comes with the territory. I want to say a couple things when you watch yourself tonight on YouTube that you're going to see you do. You do this with your hands. Okay, do this right now with your hands. Try it now. Put your hands together like this. This is called steepling, right? And you go up like that, go up like this, go up like this. This, if you ever go to ask your boss for a raise, this is what he'll do. He'll go, no. And this non-verbally, this suggests a little bit of a sense of superiority toward your audience. And you don't want to communicate that. You want to just keep your hands open. So you don't want to do what we call steepling ever when you're speaking, okay? So, on the steepling, I like the bus sign that you quoted. Respect is a two-way street. I think that's right. I think that's good. And other than your talking, you had a nice tone, but other than just a little soft, you did a good job. And remember to stand the power stance with your feet wider than your shoulders so you don't sway, okay? Thank you very much, Kelly. Okay, let's hear from Oh, great. We love volunteers. Yeah.
Is it okay if I say the ugly first?
Say it again.
Is it okay if I say the ugly
Yeah,
first?
this is America. People are dying in Iraq and Syria, so you have freedom, liberty. Enjoy that freedom, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. William stands before you. I have you in focus. Oh, William, gosh. Okay. We're going to take a chance and see if the battery will hold up for your speech.
It doesn't have to.
It should. It should, because I usually get an hour and a half, so let's go. Rock and roll. Breathe deeply in again. Okay, rolling.
I respect you. I respect you. Honestly, I'm so sick of those 3 words. But doing this experiment has taught me quite a bit. It's taught me something very important about myself, and that's that I can't show courtesy and respect to people I don't inherently respect. It's impossible for me. And it's a lot easier to do it when I actually, inherently respect the person, or if he shows me courtesy back. So I'm gonna tell you guys 2 stories today. I didn't have 3. And I'm gonna start with the ugly one. This one involves me going to get my car repaired at the automobile shop because I had a dent. And I had a bit of bad beef with the mechanic. Not beef, but basically what happened was he told me my repairs would only be $1,000. And then once I signed the contract, he said it'd be, they found another estimate, and it was $2,500. And then, I thought, why don't you tell me earlier? And then he said it would be finished Sunday, but it ended up finishing Thursday, and I needed the car like that whole week. So it was just very inconvenient for me, and I didn't like the guy going in at all, right? But, I remember the words of Professor Miller, I respect you. And so I tried to apply this to him, in my encounter. So I asked him how his day was, and I tried to make some small talk. Unfortunately, he didn't reciprocate. Actually, he was very rude. He gave me the keys and walked me to my car. He was basically silent the whole time. He didn't even talk to me. And I was walking around to inspect the car, and he said I was wasting my time. And then he told me that he had other cars to repair, and it basically felt like he was telling me to skedaddle. And that got me so mad, coupled with the fact that he gave me wrong answers on everything. I don't know, this is my first time getting my car fixed, so I don't know if this is normal. But I just wanted to get in my car and run him into a wall or something, and then make him repair my car again. But I kept silent and I walked away. This guy basically rejected all of my respectful gestures, and I realized, I can't respect this guy. I can't respect him and I can't show courtesy to him as hard as I tried. I guess I'm just that kind of person. So that's my bad story, my really bad story, and that's the only bad story I got. I think people are usually pretty nice. If you smile at them and say hi, they're not gonna not say anything, or they're probably gonna say hi back. I have a good story, the best story that I encountered. This one was to my chef at Benihana. So if you guys don't know, Benihana is a restaurant where there's a grill in front of your table. So this is a table. And then pretend there's a grill right here, and I'm your chef, and I'm just right here cooking your meal right in front of you. And so usually what happens is the chef, he would, with his cooking utensils, he would do a little show. He would flip his knives around and play with his tools and stuff. It'd be really cool to watch. And basically I was sitting there, and he looked so good with the knives, and he was so lively, and he was trying to get everyone to like his tricks. He was doing a bunch of random tricks, and no one was really, everyone was on their phones, no one was looking at him, no one was paying attention to him. And I felt, well, this guy is so nice, he's so likable, and he's good with the knives too, right? So I like this guy, I respect this guy. And I smiled at him, and I laughed whenever he did a cool trick, or whenever he molded the fried rice into a heart, and then he played around with the rice. I thought it was awesome. And I enjoyed that I liked it, even though no one else did. And in the end, I think he sort of caught on to my gestures, because he gave me some extra fried rice in the end. So I felt pretty happy about that. So that sums up my experience. Those were the only 2 stories that I felt of that were worthy to share to you guys. I learned that it's really easy for me to show courtesy and respect to someone when I actually respect that person. And if I don't respect you, if you're rude to me, I probably can't do it, no matter how hard I tried. I'd probably make a really bad salesman or a really bad telemarketer. I don't know. But that's what I learned. You know, you just gotta respect others and they'll respect you. And that's how I think. Thank you.
404.
Okay. Hi, I'm Marae.
Hi.
I really liked how you engaged the audience. Like, we were the people sitting at your chef bar, stuff like that. You walked to one side of the room and then the other for your stories. Yeah, and you engaged and made eye contact.
Thank you, Marae. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Hi, Emily.
I really liked your speech because, like Maria said, you're very you engage the audience a lot, and you're very articulate in what you say, and it seems very you're a very personable speaker. But I think the speech was very casual, and especially the way you ended your speech, it was, I guess, too casual to end the speech for me personally. But it was really good still.
Yeah. Thank you. William, I liked your approach. It was different. I appreciate your experiment and your situation, and I appreciate you honestly trying to give respect to a thug and a liar. But I don't think that thugs and liars deserve respect after they've beaten us and lied to us. But my philosophy is that we're all God's children, and everyone, at least initially, deserves to get a good vibe from you and good respect to start with. And then if they prove otherwise, then you can take it from there. Okay? Let's go to your first story. The guy just wasn't having anything to do with you or anything, and despite all your... The only thing you can do is go to, as you said at the bottom here, go to Allstate and tell them that, you know...
Bad review.
What?
Leave a bad review.
Leave a bad review, yeah. And, you know, what's that? There's something online, you can give them bad reviews. You know, and on the good one, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Of all the people in the crowd, people sense when they're being respected and noticed, and he got the vibe from you. And he gave you a free apple pie, right? And so that was, you know, that's what I'm talking about there. Would have liked you to have had another story. Yeah, I agree with her a little bit. It was a little bit casual, and you want to, that may be your style, but if you have another style you want to have in your back pocket for other contexts and other situations, then have that ready to go too. So you did a good job, and you entertained us and gave us some interesting things to think about with respect. Thank you. Okay, next. Any more volunteers? Okay, how about you win? You win. Get it? You win. You win. You did it? Yeah. Okay, Ying?
Yeah.
Maya? Maya, did you do it? Oh, no, Myra. Sorry, I can't read. Myra.
Yes, I did it.
Randy.
I'm here.
Hiding out right next to me. You've been noticed.
I have.
Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry. We will not make it through your speech. So when there's a pause, what do you do when there's a pause in the action? Walk over there and ask them how their week was. Bond with the audience. Go over there, talk to them.
Hello, how was your week today?
It's very good.
Really? Oh, that's nice. I just worked all week and school.